Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. JLR investigates. Come on in, everyone. There has been a update and an arrest made in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania citizens in northwestern Pennsylvania, near Erie, all that area up there, can sign of a relief that a KILLER is off the streets. We were going to talk about this case. I was planning on bringing awareness to this situation. We're talking about a pregnant Amish girl. We're talking about a community called Spartansburg area, Spartansburg, Pennsylvania, Crawford County. I believe it's called Sparta Township. Terrible tragedy occurred a little bit ago, and a 23-year-old pregnant Amish girl, Rebekah Byler, was found brutally murdered inside her home. And the community was on edge, folks, and everyone was like, what in the world's going on? And we were going to bring public awareness to this. I was planning on, sharing today, about her case and saying anyone in the community knows anything, help and whatnot. Because the last couple of days have been covering Madeline Soto out of Florida. And then I wake up, and when I wake up this morning ready to, get our cup of coffee, we get our cup of coffee on JLR Investigates, we talk, morning chat. Then I see one little small media outlet break that there has been an arrest in the case. I'm like, whoa. So they throw a name out, but they don't throw a mugshot out. They throw no picture of the individual. So JLR starts digging. Start finding this guy and looking around all over the place. And I found him. Shawn Cranston, found photos of him and a little bit of background in his history. We're going to share on JLR Investigates. We're going to share about this guy, the suspect. Found family social media posts, found a little understanding about his likes and dislikes. We'll go over his Facebook profile. I made a couple videos already, short clip videos about this guy. So we can have an understanding of, how this happened, why this happened. Because police are still tight-lipped. Now it's Saturday morning. Apparently last night they were conducting search warrants at this guy's home. And I'll show you a photo of him right here. This is the guy. This is the guy right here. This is the guy that has been arrested. Shawn Cranston, 52 years old. And he's been arrested in connection with the RDER of pregnant Amish woman Rebekah Byler. She was pregnant, folks. So we got his photograph. You heard it here first. We're going to talk about this guy a little bit. And we're going to talk about what in the world is going on. How did this happen? Why did this happen? And trying to get an understanding. Now, I was able to go on the Pennsylvania court record site and get the arrest, or the court case with this guy here. And I redacted some information here. He has court coming up. He was arraigned, no bond. He was arraigned early this morning in Pennsylvania. They do that in Pennsylvania, by the way. They arraign you. They'll bring you in the middle of the night. Some other states, they'll take you in the daytime and perp walk you. I'm shocked that no media outlet was out there at his arraignment, but again, fluid situation. Apparently, they were conducting search warrants on his home yesterday early in the morning, and then they arrested him. But here's the court document, folks, so we can get an understanding of what this guy is charged with. Shawn Christopher Cranston, Corry, Pennsylvania. And he was arraigned 3/2/2024. He is charged with, look at these charges, folks. Look at these charges. He's charged with criminal homicide of Rebekah. And then look at this. He's charged with criminal homicide of an unborn child. So they're charging him with the homicide of the unborn child. He's charged with burglary. And he's charged with bodily injury, criminal trespass. And this guy has court. Next court is 3/15/2024. It looks like that's going to be a preliminary hearing. I would think in this situation, he'd probably most likely waive it for sure. Or I think you can actually get it extended in Pennsylvania. You can ask to get it extended. But what in the world happened in this case, and why? The Amish people, like, they have their way of life. They're kind of like self-sufficient, off the grid. That's my perception. I don't know. Is there anyone Amish, or anyone know anyone Amish? Um, I grew up in Chester County, Pennsylvania. The next county to the west of Chester County was Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And, all my life, whenever I would go to the outlet malls in Lancaster or Shady Maple, buffets, or go to Dutch Wonderland as a kid, or go to Lancaster, on Route 30, I would see Amish. There would be Amish farms all over the place, and the Amish would be on their horse and buggies, and, they peaceful people, it looked like. So you have an outsider here that doesn't look like Mr. Cranston is Amish, or has any Amish ties. Matter of fact, he's a truck driver and a biker. The dude is a biker. How in the world did a 52-year-old man, he's 52, she's 23, she was 23. That's a 31-year difference, folks. Like, he's old enough to be this girl's dad. How in the world did this happen? Let's get some information, because the media outlets started to pick up on it a couple days ago. Again, we were going to talk about it on JLR Investigates. We were going to try to get an understanding. It's good that somebody's off the street, but they're rural communities. It's different than the city. When something bad happens in a rural community, the whole area gets affected, more or less, because there's fear also. There's fear. Let's see. So this is a article by the Daily Mail a couple of days ago. I'm going to kind of give you guys a summary of, what's going on here. This is before the arrest was made. So we're going to talk here. Murdered 6 months pregnant Amish woman Rebekah Byler, 23, found with slashes to her neck and head. Rebekah Byler was 6 months pregnant when she was shot, DEAD, in her Crawford County home, where her 2 children were found unharmed. A pregnant Amish woman murdered in Pennsylvania home appeared to have suffered cutting wounds to her neck and head. 2 search warrants were issued at the request of state police regarding Monday's slaying. So this happened Monday. It just happened 5 days ago. Of Rebekah Byler, whose body was found in the living room of her home a few miles from Spartansburg. It was off of Fish Flats Road, by the way. And I'm going to show you the distance between where she lived and where the suspect lived. Byler was 6 months pregnant when she was murdered. The warrant applications regarding the home and outbuildings said her husband, Andy, found her body a short distance inside the home shortly after noon. Trooper Cynthia Schick told the AP on Thursday the investigation autopsy have given police an idea of what the murder weapon may have been, but they do not have it in their possession. The warrants sought knives, blades, cutting instruments, and other crimes. Police have not said how she was killed. They also said that they have not developed any suspects and wanted the public to contact them with any tips. This looks like the area, folks. Look how remote this area is. The PSP did not offer any additional details besides that Byler was the victim of a homicide after locals reported seeing a red Jeep at the property around the time of the killing. Red Jeep. Keep being vigilant. This is a criminal homicide investigation. Practice safe procedures. Keep your doors locked. Report any suspicious behavior of persons or vehicles, whether it was past or current. Police are asking the public for help identify a suspect and offer $2,000 reward. Residents and family members said they recall seeing a red Jeep outside the home at 10 a.m., where Byler lived with her husband, Andy, who was not at home when she was killed. The slaying shocked the rural community in northwestern Pennsylvania, where people say the Amish, who restrict the use of technology and are known for their traditional clothing, get on well with other non-Amish in the area. So they get well, or they all get along very, very well. Locals in the community have banded together to raise money for Byler's family. I'm just absolutely heartbroken that this has happened.
Charlene Hajic, the owner of Spartansburg Pharmacy, told ABC6. I'm very concerned about the Amish community and worried for them. A homicide investigation is exceedingly uncommon in rural area, which is located 40 miles outside the city of Erie. State police are aggressively investigating all available leads. So this looks like this is the area here. Just a farm. An Amish farm, folks. An Amish farm. Kelsey Bova, owner of Bova's Hardware and administrator of the local Spartansburg Facebook group, set up a GoFundMe. We'd like to show our support for the entire Amish community and help raise funds so that Andy and his children can find a safe home. They announced they're organizing a drive for food, toys, cleaning products, and gift cards, inviting locals to drop the donations off at the hardware store. So the community is banding together. And this is at the time where the suspect was not arrested. Happened Monday, folks. In the daytime, probably. When the husband's probably out there working, or I don't know what the husband, Andy, does for a living. She's home with kids. How in the world did this happen? Why did it happen? How did a stranger... It seems like he's a stranger, unless he knows her. Is there something we don't know? Well, the Daily Mail updated their arrest. We've actually posted videos on this channel early this morning, but we're going to just read what the updated article is. There's a couple local newspapers up there talking about the arrest of this guy. This guy, Shawn Cranston, 52 years old. But they don't show a photo of him. We showed a photo of him on JLR Investigates. Man 52 arrested over death of pregnant Amish woman, Rebekah Byler, who was found dead in her Pennsylvania home. Shawn Cranston from Corry, Pennsylvania, was arrested today in the morning for allegedly murdering pregnant Rebekah Byler in her home on Monday. He's being held without bail. Just 2 days after they were saying they had no suspects, Pennsylvania State Police have arrested a 52-year-old local man and charged him with the murder. Now, after what cops describe as an exhaustive 5-day investigation, the man charged with the murder of Byler and her unborn child has been named as Shawn Cranston. Cranston, pictured here for the first time, they don't even picture him, is married to nurse Jamie, was taken into custody Saturday morning when he was arraigned and committed to Crawford County Jail. He's been charged with criminal homicide of an unborn child, burglary, and criminal trespass. So he is married, this guy. He's married to a wife named Jamie. Now, I want to show you the distance between where this guy lives, this Cranston guy, and Fish Flats Road where this tragedy happened. It's far, but it's not that far. You know, when you live rural, you wouldn't consider things like this far. So the suspect lives in the city of Corry, Pennsylvania, the community of Corry. I don't even know if it's a city, a community, town. And the tragedy happened here on Fish Flats Road, just south of Spartansburg. This is the distance, folks. It's 14, he lives about 14 miles away. What in the world was this 52-year-old man doing down here at her home? What in the world was he doing? What was he thinking? Why was he down there? Now I'm starting to think, I did a criminal background check on this guy. Now he doesn't have anything serious, but he does have theft charges in the past. Was a truck driver. Was he down there to rob them? Was he down there to rob the Amish of their equipment or property? Or was there something more sinister to this situation? Because police are not giving a motive at this time. Was it a robbery gone bad? Was it a robbery where he was trying to rob some stuff and then thought no one was home and ended up she was home with children and he just had, witnesses? Is that what's going on? We don't have a motive at this time. But I did put this tweet out. And I'll share with you, he does have also an extended criminal history going back to 2009. I posted on JLR Investigates. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, please follow me. I do breaking news on Twitter. Been utilizing Twitter now for the last 6 months. Pretty good. I put 52-year-old Shawn Cranston arrested for murdering pregnant Amish woman named 23-year-old Rebekah Byler. He has a prior criminal history of assault and recklessly endangering another person. And I put it as photo. We've seen his photo here. It's loading up. I don't even know why this thing is loading so slow. Why are you loading so slow? I'm going to have to check the other computer. Or it just didn't pop up. Let's get his criminal record, though. I'm going to get this criminal record sheet here. For some reason, it's not loading up. What in the world's going on here? Oh, I want to get something on another one. For some reason, it wasn't loading up on the screen. But he has a criminal record of assault and recklessly endangering another person. Back in 2009, though. So that is a long time ago, right? And, you know, in between 2009 and 2024, he doesn't have anything extensive except some theft charges, which makes me think is the motive here theft. Well, here's the Shawn Christopher Cranston, June of 2009, simple assault, recklessly endangering another person, disorderly conduct. So that's the only thing I've really seen other than some, you know, minor traffic violation stuff. Nothing really like in the serious note. But now he's charged with something very, very serious, folks. I mean, this is as bad as it gets. You basically did something to an unborn child. Now, I do have the affidavit of probable cause here, or police public information release report. We'll get some information here. I'm going to share this with you here. This is in reference to his arrest. This is in reference to his arrest. Investigated Trooper Hubbard on 2/26/2024 at approximately 12:26 hours. PA State Police Corry was notified of a deceased female at a residence located on Fish Flats Road. Troopers responded to the scene and located a deceased female. The death was investigated as a criminal homicide. On 2/27/2024, an autopsy was performed in Erie County, and the victim's matter of death was ruled a homicide. On 3/2/2024, after an exhaustive 5-day investigation, the actor was identified, and the following charges were filed against him: criminal homicide of an unborn child, burglary, criminal trespass. Burglary makes me think he was breaking in, but, you know, we covered cases like Brian Kohlberger in Moscow, Major John Kaler. They, too, were charged with burglary as they went into a home and then committed RDER. So was burglary the motivation here? And criminal trespass. The actor was arraigned by MDJ Amy Nichols and committed to the Crawford County Jail. The actor was not bailable per rules of criminal procedure due to the criminal homicide charges. And it says the actor right here would be Shawn C. Cranston. White male, 52. She was only 23. That's a 31-year difference, folks. It's a 31-year difference of what's going on. But yeah, it's sad entirely across the board. I actually was being a little passive aggressive on Twitter. I just show you. I already been putting stuff out on him on Twitter. But I put this because him and he's a biker, by the way. He's a biker. And I put this on him and his wife. They stand for medical freedom. But I was being a little sarcastic here, but I said Shawn Cranston stands for medical freedom, but now he just lost his entire freedom. Arrested in connection with the RDER of 23-year-old Rebekah Byler, a pregnant Amish woman, Spartansburg, Pennsylvania. Why would this guy do this? But he seems to be into the biker and truck driver scene. It seems like that's his thing. Truck driving and biking. I want to kind of get his Facebook profile up so we can kind of review it just to see. I got cat allergies. I've been sneezing. I'm about to sneeze. You're about to hear woo, bless me, a JLR sneeze. You're about to hear a JLR sneeze. But this is sneeze. But this is him according to his Facebook profile, his public Facebook profile, this is a public interest case. We want to know everything about this dude. We want to know his, who this guy is and why he did this to this family, the Byler family. But Shawn Cranston, he does have a photo of a truck here. It sounds like, here he is, he put it up 2022. He calls the truck the Flying Turd. I don't know why he calls the truck the Flying Turd. But it's Nelson Trucking. So I'm thinking, folks, based off this post, that he was once a truck driver. He was once a truck driver. And this is him. And he's married, which is very wild because, the guy did this, went into another home, and allegedly MURDER'd a pregnant Amish girl, and all while he's in a relationship with another person, which makes it like, whoa, what was this guy thinking? What's going on in this guy's mind? Why did this guy do this? Why did this guy throw his entire life away? He's going to spend the rest of his life incarcerated. He's going to never get out of prison. He's going to get convicted. You don't go in Pennsylvania rural communities and do these type of horrific things and think you're going to get away with it. There's just no way. This is the biggest thing of biggest things in Crawford County, right? You just don't go into, a small community, and because these things never happen in these small communities. And when they do, it does not just affect the family, the victims' families. It affects all the locals. Case in point, we just read an article where the locals were banding together, doing food and can drives and helping the best they can. They come together. These type of areas is the values is community. It really is community. And you see the community, Amish victims and the community still coming together. You just can't do that and get away with it and think you're going to get away with it. So apparently police, I don't know how they found the guy. I don't know what led them to the guy. I would suspect probably some cell phone cast, maybe. Maybe this guy talked. Maybe there's some sort of surveillance. He lived in Corry. Maybe they, does he have the Jeep? Does he have the Jeep? The Jeep that we're talking about. That they were saying that they were seen around the area. I don't know. I want to show you a few more things. Give me 1 second. I just want to show you. He's, apparently involved in the biker scene. He has a lot of biker friends. I haven't seen any photos with him with a bike per se, but he definitely has a biker vest in photos. I'm just going to show you. We saw one of them. Here's another photo. Here's another photo here. With this now, this one's taken. Now, he doesn't have a big social media presence where he posts things on his social media currently. But this apparently is him on the right about 10 years ago. And he's with a biker guy at a local biker bar. So, apparently, he's in that kind of tribe. And you know what? It's wild, too, because bikers are normally, bikers are very passionate what they do. But I've seen bikers part of groups of like bikers against human trafficking and bikers, trying to protect children, and bikers, leading at funerals at servicemen that lose their lives and stuff like that. And so, I'm sure the bikers in this particular case are probably ostracizing and just like, what? Why did this guy do it? He's probably going to be ostracized forever and probably have no support. Now, did he give a statement to police? Of course, they, read him as Miranda rights. Did he waive them? Did he talk? Did he give a statement? That's unclear at this time. We're only going by off the limited information with a combination, a little bit of speculation. By the way, he puts this on his Facebook profile. And his Facebook hasn't been publicly active for 2 years. But he has one. But he put this thing right here, and I thought this was interesting too. He said, I'm somebody's worst nightmare if they mess with me and mine. Which I thought was strange. I'm somebody's worst nightmare if they mess with me and mine. So, yeah. What's up with that? What is that supposed to mean? I'm somebody's worst nightmare. So, here's some information here. I don't know who this guy is. He puts a truck. He talks about, look, so that's what I was saying. Case in point, soldier suicide. And, you know, that bikers usually help the soldiers with PTSD. They, you know, people that lose their lives, soldiers, they help. So this is just odd. But now this was back in 2015. He might not even be a biker anymore. But he's definitely affiliated with bikers. He puts this meme, 2 things man never forgets. The people that crossed him and the people that were there when he was down and out. So, you know, he feels like people were there for him sometimes, and sometimes people were not there for him. Look, he even wants, for my birthday, I am asking for donations to the Wounded Warrior Project. That's it. Nothing else. I think a combination of him talking and also, you know, community comes together in this. People talk, rumors spread. You can't get away with this stuff in these rural communities, and you don't play in these rural communities. This is not Philadelphia or Pittsburgh where people can actually get away with MURDER. This is Crawford County, Northwest Pennsylvania, rural area. So this dude is probably going to be held accountable to the full extent of the law. Not much other information out on him, but when there is, I will share with all of you. I just wanted to break this and come through, have a cup of coffee, let everyone know that, you know, if you're from the Pennsylvania area, in that area, there is a sign of relief. Oh, here's one, by the way. Here's just a crime scene photo, I guess, of the location of the Byler residence. Crime scene photo. So, yeah, it's as rural as can be. And, by the way, according to GoErie.com, they're saying Titusville District Judge Amy Nichols arraigned Cranston at 4:24 a.m. Saturday and ordered him without bail. So they brought him in at the early morning hours. He's lucky this didn't get, and we're talking about Mr. Cranston, if he didn't want that, like, you know, in Pennsylvania, and just like New York, when they come out of the barracks, the state police barracks, you know, they perp walk them. He's lucky he didn't get, you know, go through his arraignment or perp walk during the day, because media outlets probably would have been there and caught it. That would have been embarrassing for him and his family, but they do that in Pennsylvania. They perp walk you out of the police precinct, local, probably state police barracks, county sheriffs, whatever. And they in the preliminary hearings, when you go for these arraignments at these small, you know, district courts, it's all outside, and they drive you up and they take you out of the van and they, you know, walk you through the sidewalk. It's, you know, only like the cities and the higher population places where they take you through Sally ports and it's hard to see. So, when more information comes about this guy, I will share with all of you. Wanted to break that open, but again, we'll just show his face one more time. Remember this face, remember this case. Remember this face, remember this case. Suspect arrested. Suspect arrested, Shawn Cranston. And praying for the family of Rebekah Byler for sure. We are praying for the Amish community. Hopefully they get justice, some closure, and some peace of mind that whoever did this, or the guy that did this, is off the streets. So, all right, everyone, JLR Investigates. Consider subbing to the channel. Like, hit the notification button. Keep the comments in. If you're familiar, you know anything about this guy, or you have firsthand knowledge and you want to share, you can talk to me on the record, off the record. You can be anonymous. Shoot me an email, jlr@jlrinvestigates. Love to hear background and history about this. guy? Does he have ties with the victim in any way? What was this all about? Has this guy done more crimes in the area, unsolved crimes? Has there been unsolved crimes in the area in the last 5 years that could be linked to this guy or a group that he's with? Who knows? We'll find out more information, but we'll talk soon. JLR Investigates. Cheers. Everyone have a great day and be safe. Love your loved ones. Stay vigilant. And remember, lock your doors at night. Put lights on. Hug your loved ones, man, because it's just a wild world. It can happen in cities. Now it can happen in rural communities. Stay safe. Stay safe out there. Have a good day.